life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I have today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Everywhere I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage.
Okay, let's get on into it, y'all. This is 1100 WSG. I'm Utah LaVern, and yeah, this is One Street Over. What's going on One Street Over from where you live in? Oh, we are just loving it because we are approaching summer. Only thing is, when summer comes, that means if we've had foreign exchange students, they have to go home. And pull that microphone there. We're going to turn that around. There we go. Make sure we're talking into it. David, how are you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
How many foreign exchange students have you had?
This is number 15.
That's incredible. I admire you so much. And this beautiful girl, Aline, right?
Yes.
Aline. And how do you say your last? What's your last name?
Obrist.
Oh, Obrist?
Yes.
And tell everybody where you're from.
So I'm from Chile.
Chile.
Yes. And my city is Concepcion. That is a city that is like kind of in the south.
Okay. And, I'm super jealous because a lot of times I get the foreign exchange students in my class, and I didn't get to have you in my class. You're the first one that's been here in the last 3 that I didn't have in class. And so, but as David was telling me, you've gotten straight A's and you've excelled in everything you've done. And they mentioned you at graduation the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't sure if maybe that they were letting you, have a graduation or whatever, because I was telling you I've got a cousin in West Kentucky, and it almost looked like that she went through the ceremony with them, but that's not what happens, right? How does your graduation work in Chile?
Oh, in Chile, we do have a graduation. We don't wear cap and gowns. We wear like school uniforms.
Oh, okay.
But we also like kind of walk in a stage. So it's kind of similar but different at the same time.
Yeah. Is it at about the same age range? Like,
yes.
So
it's 18.
18
usually.
or so. So have you already graduated in Chile, or are you going back and you will graduate?
No, I'm going back, and then I have to finish my junior year or half of it.
Okay.
And then I have to finish all my senior year.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, so you've got another year. All right. David, how hard is it when these sweet kids leave y'all? I mean, it's got to be difficult.
It is, but in today's age with technology as it is easier.
Okay.
However, it still tugs at your heart. It may be a drop or two of water come out of my eye.
Oh.
So she's been super sweet, super nice to have, as a lot of our students have been. I mean, no matter which student it is, it's always a little difficult.
Yeah.
Because you've gotten attached to them for a whole year.
Well, and I sit there. I'm at graduation the other night. Every year, it's just so hard. Because I get so attached to these kiddos. I spend a lot more time with them than I do my grandkids and my family and all this. And you learn the needs of the kids, and you just worry about them. Are they going? You know what I mean? And when the seniors graduate, it just breaks my heart. And I tell seasoned teachers all the time, I'm like, how do you do this? This is so hard. But I would think with the foreign exchange students, it would be really difficult because they're part of your home.
Absolutely.
And one of my daughter-in-laws, and her mother's family hosted a student back in I guess they would have been in maybe the 70s, or maybe early 80s, maybe in that, because she's a little bit younger than me, my daughter-in-law's mom. And so, but in that era, like 79, 80, in that era. And they've stayed in touch. And I know that when Teresa, the mother, had her big 60th birthday, they went and met her. And they had a vacation together because she was like a sister to her, and I just thought that was so sweet. Are you going to be good at staying in touch with the Fries?
Yes.
Oh, I think she will.
Yeah,
I really do
think so
she
too. How anxious are your folks to get you home back in Chile?
How what?
How anxious is
Are your parents ready for you to be home?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Are you a little homesick?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah, so you're ready to get home too. Mm-hmm. So what? Tell us about your. And again, this is the AFS, the Foreign Exchange Program, and bringing students here for the experiences. Now, when Becky comes in, we talk about the history of AFS, and we're not going to really get into that, but it's an amazing program that shows us just the cultures all around us and just the amazing stories all around us. And it's just so beautifully done. And I love it. I believe it's in my future to host a student at some point. We're not there yet. Becky is always like, this year. She's always sending me stuff because she knows I'm very interested. And she'll send me ones.
Talking about that, it is not too early to be thinking seriously about next year.
Yeah.
That's only a few months away.
Yeah.
And if you wait till after the school year is started, it's harder.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
But it is harder. And it's harder on the school system, especially.
We're in a home renovation. And until my home renovation is done, I can't consider it.
Well, I'm not pointing that towards you. I'm pointing it towards
but I'm just telling Becky.
Yes.
At least another year or two back. But I want to do it because while I'm teaching, whether they wanted to go to Greenbrier or Springfield, because I'm at Greenbrier, I think we'd probably put them at Greenbrier. But, or Springfield, either one. But because my husband has had kids that have been in the because my husband teaches at Springfield, I teach at Greenbrier. And so either one of the schools that they wanted to go to that had their interest, we could make happen. And we've just got to get our house finished before we can do it. But I really want to do it. I really, really do. And I just think I just think it's a great way to serve kids. I really do. And I'm an empty nester. I mean,
And it makes our world so much bigger.
I bet it does. I bet it does. So so you're getting ready to head out. So what would you want people to know about the foreign exchange program? While you've got a platform here and people can hear you, was it something you knew you were always going to do? Is it something that you got talked into? So kind of give us what do you want to make sure people know about the program?
Oh, for me, I mean, I was always kind of interested in it, but I had a neighbor who went to Finland for a year, and she was about this, I mean, like 2 or 3 years, like older than me, so I really wanted to do it after she did it, because I felt like more like safe doing it since someone that I know did it. But yes, it's a great program, it's a great experience. And also you get to meet like a lot of new people, and it's different because you know you're going back home and you may like not see that people as much, or you will not see them again, so you really enjoy like every moment with every like person you met.
Did you make some really good friends that you know
Yes.
you're going to stay in touch
Yes,
with?
I met some friends at school and at our church also.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's great. That's great. Did you go to prom?
Yes, I did go to prom.
I wish I had, because I was there. I don't know if you saw, my husband and I were there, just kind of, keeping an eye on things. And I should have looked you up. And you get so busy and everything.
Yes,
But,
but I didn't go to the Greenbrier High School prom because all the exchange students, we went together to a friend's prom. So we all went together.
Okay, so you weren't at the Greenbrier prom. Okay, okay.
Do you know Bellevue or Bellevue, I believe.
There was a prom that you went to, but I'm glad you had that experience.
Yes.
That's so cool. That is so cool. I just think that's neat. Did you meet any boys?
No.
I always have to ask them about boyfriend girlfriend stuff, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens.
Yes, it does.
Have you ever had any that had that they've had relationships that they keep going, that have stayed?
Actually, a few of our students have picked up a boyfriend here, and actually, one of them come back and visited with that boyfriend. It did never work out, but
Okay.
it was a friendship.
Yeah,
held
yeah. Well,
afterwards, especially.
yeah, you wonder sometimes.
Yes.
We had we do, our church does mission work, and one place I go to Mexico all the time, but we for a long time were doing some stuff in Puerto Rico, and one of our youth met a girl down there when they were like in middle school and started something up and stayed, kind of sweet on each other through high school. They eventually married and now have a child and live here in Nashville. And it's just the sweetest little love story. I just love it. So sweet. It's just the most precious thing. And, but so I always have to ask, I'm always curious about that. But so now tell me about your classes. I know when you were in engineering in the first semester, I would see you in the hallways, and I was curious about what you were doing. But you weren't on my end of the building this second semester. So, what were the classes you took while you were here?
This semester I took English, guitar, health sciences, and personal finances.
Okay, Isn't Miss Fedor just wonderful?
Yes, she
Isn't she
is,
precious?
yes.
Oh, we love Miss Fedor. She's our health science teacher, and she's a nurse. And I've never seen anybody with so much energy in my life. And I mean, she's got y'all going and doing and getting certifications. Did you get any cool certifications and stuff while you were here?
The activity was called Stop the Bleeding.
Stop the Bleed. I figured, I figured you ran on that, because there's a training that if trauma happens, if somebody had a major artery hit, they show you how to stop the bleed and save lives. And it's a really cool training, and she does that with all of her kiddos.
And this is the field that she's looking to go into later on.
It's wonderful. Wow, that's really cool. That's cool. I'm glad you got to meet her. She's fun. She's just a lot of fun. Well, you also mentioned guitar. I'm a big old fan of Mr. Martin, and David was saying that you got pretty good on the guitar already. Had you ever touched it before?
Yes, I have tried before when I was little, but my dad's guitar is very big, so it was really difficult for me.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So, well, that's fun. So you were at the recital then, or the arts night playing. Well, I saw you guys there.
Yes.
And we just didn't, I was just running around with camera and all that kind of stuff, because we videotaped it. Did you get a copy of it?
Oh, no.
We recorded it.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, we recorded it.
You'll have to look that up.
Yes. And text me. You've got my phone number.
I'll get it.
Yeah. Do you have, get my phone number and text me your email. Or I can maybe even send it to you on school email. I'll try to.
My
She
school email
does not have that now, so she's graduated.
Send me your email,
Okay.
I'll figure out how to get it to you. I'll just put it on a jump drive for you so you have it.
Okay.
Because were you only in the guitar portion?
Yes.
Okay, I might even be able to save that for you. Text me to get that for her so she has it because did y'all record it on your phones?
We recorded a little bit of it, not all of it.
Okay. Because
also it was long, so I can't send that long video.
Yeah. And the guitar portion wasn't that long though, was it? I can't remember.
It was like 6-7 minutes.
Okay. I'll look at it and see. I can put it on something where you can transfer it and stuff. We'll figure it out because you need to have a copy of that because I mean that's a cool keepsake. But I'll look at it. If you'll text me, I'll look at that today because I mean kiddos. I mean, were you exam exempt? You don't have to go to school today, do you?
No, I don't.
I figured because if you were good on your attendance and your grades, you're done Monday. And so that's where we are in a lot of regards that a lot of kids are not going to be in school. They weren't in school yesterday or today. Well, we've got some for first and second block that'll be there for test.
Well, because she was, as a senior, she's been out already for a week or two.
Oh, yeah. So okay, I get it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, true. Because the seniors left 2 weeks ago. That was their last day. And then we had graduation and all that. That's right. I'm telling you, it's a whirlwind. It is crazy.
It's the end of the school year.
It is. It is so busy, but it's so much fun. I need to do a break. And y'all think about anything that we want to make sure people know. Maybe talk about how they apply and what the process is. And what they need to do to be a host parent too, if they're interested in doing that. Because I just think it would be just a cool experience. But I need to do one of my breaks, and we're going to have Ron Martin's going to be in here at 7:30. And a real quick programming note: Lee Marie's going to slide in here about 20 till because my kindergarten granddaughter is graduating from kindergarten this morning in Mount Juliet. So I'm headed out that way. So I'm going to have to leave a little early, but I'm going to start the interview with Ryan, and then Lee Marie's going to tag in and take over. And I've got to head to the graduation, and then, but nonetheless, so that's just a little programming note, but we'll have Ryan Martin coming in to talk about the mayor and alderman meeting in Springfield last night. And we'll get a full update from him, but we're going to continue talking with David and Aline for a few more minutes up until about 7:30. So stick with us, but we want to pause right now and talk about our friends Barry and Rebecca Richards at Exit Prime Realty. What are you doing in the real estate community? If you're somebody that is wanting to put your home up for sale, you've got to do something. You may have expectations, somebody telling you your home is worth X amount of dollars, okay? If you don't have a free market, if you don't get a market analysis to see exactly what your expectations should be of your home, you may not really be setting yourself up for success at all. If you post your home, if you list it for way more than it's worth or way more that somebody can get a loan, because what loaning institutions, they're going to look when somebody comes in and wants to buy your home, they're going to look at the value of the homes around and what they sold for, and that's the kind of loan they're going to be able to get. So if you overprice it, it's just going to sit there, guys. So you need, first thing, reach out to Barry and Rebecca if you're thinking about listing your home this summer. Get a market analysis. It's a free market analysis, and that can tell you what the value of your home is. And that way you can say, okay, yeah, this is a good time or it's not a good time. If you're wanting to buy, you got to find out how much home you can buy. You've got to see what you qualify for. And Barry and Rebecca will tell you that is the first step, because if you start looking without really knowing what you can budget, you're just wasting your time. If you want to be a realtor, Barry and Rebecca are great at mentoring folks into the real estate community because they came out of other careers to get into real estate, so they understand the process, they understand the ins and outs. Rebecca researched before she became a realtor to find the perfect company that would take care of everything she needed, and that was Exit. They were with the Garden Gate team for years, but then they started Exit Prime Realty a couple of years ago and brought Brandy Hastings on, and she's working with them as well. And it's just a great company. You're going to love working with them. They're great friends. I got to hang out with them this past weekend at Cross Plains up at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. They sit and talk to a lot of folks, and they'll do the same with you. They're out and about in the community all the time, just anywhere and everywhere, and they would love to help you no matter what your real estate needs is, buying, selling, or if you want to be a realtor, whatever it might be. Barry and Rebecca Richards. They're with Exit Prime Realty here in Cross Plains. This is their home. And so they specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. They really understand Kentucky because they're from there, just like myself. So reach out to them today, or you can you can Google them, and you can also just give them a call. 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. And when you talk to them, always let them know U-Turn sent you. All right, you guys. So talk to people about your neighbor went, and you said that you decided you wanted to go. So what was that? What did that process look like? What did you have to do?
Okay, so to come here, first I had to go to the AFS website, and I had to complete some forms where they ask about myself.
Okay.
Because they want to find a good match for you in your host family. So they ask you things like what activities do you like, if you would like to live in a city or in a place a little far from the city, and things like that. And then I had to send a video with a project where you had to create a project to help others. And they give you some options, and you have to create that video and send it to them. And then if you get accepted, also you can apply to scholarships if you want to, if you need to. And when you get accepted, you have to complete all this paperwork and legal things to come here. And then get your visa.
Okay.
And then you wait until it's the time to come here.
Yeah, and so did you want to come to the U.S.?
Yes.
Was that the country you picked?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the US.
So you didn't have any other second choices, but it was just you wanted to come to the USA?
Yes, I didn't have any second choices.
Okay.
Because if you do have second choices and you don't get into the first one, you get into the second one. I like that.
Okay. So when you came, you were already fluent in English.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Because they speak Spanish in Chile? That's what I figured.
Spanish.
And so are those the only two languages you speak?
Yes, those are the only languages.
Okay. Well, we just are. In other countries, they tend to, embrace multi-language so much more than we do here. And I've got friends that speak 3 and 4 languages and I'm so jealous because they learned very early on. That's when you need to learn. So do you speak any Spanish, David?
No. I've traveled all over the place and been in several different countries to where it'd be nice to know another language, but I know English barely.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, same here, but I've spent so much time in Mexico, and I wish that I had a better, I wish I had a better understanding of language too, but,
It is fun though, to try to communicate and cross the bridge of missing that word. The one side or the other doesn't know how to get their point across, and then you've got sign language and all kinds of different things to get your point across. Yeah. So it is fun sometimes.
I bet. So you said you've done a lot of travel. What have you other countries?
Yes.
How many different countries have you traveled?
I've been to Chile. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Africa, West Africa.
Cool.
I've been to where else? That's all that's coming to my mind right this second.
Okay, I got you. But no, that's the thing. I wish that I had was more fluent. Have you ever had anybody in your home that didn't speak English and it was a struggle then?
Oh, early on, I don't think the first 2 students we had any trouble with. Both of them spoke pretty decent English. But the third student we had was from one of the Oriental countries.
Ah, okay.
And she did not speak English.
Oh, really?
And that was, it was somewhat difficult to start with, but she started picking it up. Of course, my sign language started going crazy, and
that's funny.
But no, you figure it out. You really do. It's easy to figure out. Really, it's
okay.
I mean, there's necessity to communicate.
Let's just do it.
You have to communicate with one another, and so you figure it out.
That's funny. Well, and now we have the translators.
Yes.
I remember one time I've got a lot of friends from Egypt, and I stopped by one of them's house, and their mom was there, speaks no English, only Arabic, and I speak no Arabic, and we were like, how are you doing? It's nice to meet you. And we were back and forth with the translators, and it was hysterical. And we were there about 30 minutes, and by the time my friend arrived, we got to be friends. And I mean, our translations were a little wonky at times because she went back and read mine, and she was just laughing. She says, "That's not what that means." It was just funny. And but we laughed and had a fun time. And she and her and her mom were kind of giggling at some of the things I was saying that we were just like, "Oh yeah," but we had fun. And you can do that now, and so that makes it a little bit easier. Some of my Latino students that I have at school will, to this day, they'll try to tell me, and they can tell I'm just not really understanding, and they'll go get their phone, and then they'll, and they're like, here, and it does work. It does work. But did you connect with any of the Spanish speaking students?
Oh, yes, I
Good.
did.
Okay, well, very good. So we heard from Aline about how the process from the student's perspective. How does it work if you want to host?
Well, for me, it was a little different because we got started by the first student we had was getting displaced. AFS is really good about providing the necessities and not necessarily the monetary, but even though that is available, but the necessities as far as support. They don't want the child to be in a home that's getting there's turmoil in. So say if there's a broken home, they want to move that child out of that broken home into a stable home.
Right.
And so they are all about protecting this child.
Right.
And giving that child a healthy stay here in the United States.
Right.
And so with that, this student was getting displaced, and so they sent a note home from school asking if anybody was willing to take it, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't know anything about it. Well, he ended up moving across the street about 6 doors down in Chicago, and, well, he was good friends with our son. He was at our house all the time. We got to know him. I got to understand that AFS really does do a background on these people.
Sure.
And it's not just some stranger. It's a healthy environment that's going to be coming to you. And so in reverse, they do the same for us. Right. They check us out. They don't turn you upside down, but they do a background check on you. They want to make sure that you're not off the rail as well.
It's a good, stable environment. Yeah.
And so all you have to do is look up the program. Yeah. Though, if you aren't getting into it like I did. Yeah. But I looked it up when you said something a few minutes ago, and it was simply just look up the AFS exchange program. Right. And it come right up. Okay. It came right up. And it guides you through it. Awesome. So the AFS page, I opened it up, and it's just real easy to. Okay, so you open it up, and it just says "host a kid" and something. It's like got the prompt. Okay. Yes. And it said
walk
"get started." It said, it starts off with "get started."
Get started. So AFS, A is in Apple, F is in Frank, S is in Sam. So
but now,
AFS,
dude, because there's a foundation company that comes up with that too. So the AFS exchange program.
AFS exchange program is where you need to go.
Yes.
So, and that's, if you've got a team that wants to do this, what are the age requirements on it? You have to be this old and you can't be older than this. Do you know what the age requirements are?
I think you have to be more than 15 or more.
Okay. And then
and I believe they stop with the high school. I know that. I don't know if they even do I think they do college, but with high school, it is stopping at 18.
Okay. Because you want it to be compatible with the kiddos that are coming
absolutely.
in. So.
Absolutely.
We're out of time. I saw Ryan come in and wave just a second ago. Anything else that we're missing before we go? that you want to share? Anything else you want to share before we wrap it up?
I really had a good time this year. So if you are wanting to do an exchange year or to host somebody, you should do it because you really have fun.
You'll have fun. Well, you have been a delight, and I wish I had gotten to spend more time with you because you are so sweet, and you have light just coming out of you, and I love it when you smile. Well, you're a beautiful, sweet girl, and just wish you all the best and safe travels to Chile, and tell your family thank you for sharing you with us, and keep us posted. I'm going to have questions about some of the kiddos you've had that I've gotten to know. So, all right, David, well, text me and we'll get her a copy of the video of her playing guitar at the arts night. So, good deal. Nice to see you again. Safe travels. God bless you. Yes. God bless you, David. I'll let y'all head out. You can tell Ryan to head on in. Thank y'all again. Okay. I tell you to get to school, but you don't have to go to school. So, anyway, God bless y'all. Thanks again.
Bye.
We'll see you. Bye-bye. And as they make their way out, we're going to go ahead and talk about our sponsor, Valor Mortgage. Y'all know, because if you've been with us a while, that is what we do here. We talk about all the different folks that have been sponsoring with our radio. And Chris Armentrout and his crew over at Valor Mortgage have just been a great addition to our program because of what we do here as with us having Barry and Rebecca, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull everything up and everything's just not working this morning. But as we are taking and working with Barry and Rebecca all the time, it has been wonderful having Valor Mortgage come on because it's one of those things that you've got to get qualified. Come on in, Ryan. You can come and sit down while I'm talking. But we got to know Chris when he came in with the VSO office, when he came in with our Veteran Service Office talking about our VA loans. And I thought for a minute that's what they did. And he was like, well, no, we do everything. We do VA loans, FHA loans, conventional and jumbo financing loans, whatever it is you need, and with whatever your needs are. If you're looking for a mortgage, first-time mortgage, if you're looking for some extra equity out of your property to see if maybe you can buy another property, build some rental properties, anything like that, they can help you with all of it. Now, if you happen to be a veteran, there's a lot of benefits to veteran loans that I didn't realize that people had access to. My kid's a veteran, and I told him, I said, have you checked into all of these things? Do you know about all that? And a lot of the times, until you have a reason to go and hunt something up, you don't really know the benefits. So if you're somebody that qualifies for a VA loan, you need to talk to Chris and his experienced team of loan officers and just see if there's some better options for you. Maybe you can drop some points off of your rate on a mortgage that you have. That was something Brian Pooley had said, that he and Chris were in one of the clubs together. I think Kiwanis or what's the other club, Brian? Rotary. I can't remember if it was if it was Rotary or Kiwanis. And he said that they were talking about doing a refi, and he took care of it for Brian. And seriously, it was just nothing for him to take care of it and get it done. And the next thing you know, they had it all wrapped up, and he was able to get it done just effortlessly. But that's what they do at Valor Mortgage. They are the solution. When you call these 800 numbers with mortgage companies, you're a number. Well, that's not the case with Valor Mortgage. You are going to have a team that's local. They have an office just a couple of doors down from the cinema and the new theater, or not the new theater, but the refab theater. But Chris says the best thing to do, because they're out and about so much visiting with people, is to call them and set up an appointment. Their number is 615-671-9178, 615-671-9178, or you can go to valor.mortgage to get pre-approved today. Because, guys, when it matters most, you deserve a lender you can trust. You can buy with confidence, buy with Valor. Valor Mortgage, NMLS, number 1210804. DBA of Encore Lending Group, NMLS, 1249911. Equal housing lender. Subject to credit approval. Rates and terms subject to change without notice. Not a commitment to lend. When you talk to them all, be sure to let them know U-Turn sent you. Ryan Martin's in the house.
Good morning. I haven't seen you in forever, it feels like.
I know, and I got to tell you, I'm going to have to slide out early because I didn't realize how far. My granddaughter is graduating from kindergarten today.
Oh, wow. That's a
and
big deal.
I thought that I could leave here about 5 till and get there, and then I mapped it last night, and I need to leave here about 1/4 till.
Yeah.
And so I asked Lee Marie if she could come in and just kind of close out with you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
But before I go, my husband and I got this idea. We're gonna start giving you a Mark's question of the month.
Love it. You could probably find a sponsor for that, and probably monetize that. That's great.
Because he's so funny. I whenever he knows you or Billy or Dr. Weeks is coming in, he goes, ask him this, ask him this. He says, and you never ask. And I said, well, I've got to make it a thing so it stays in my head. So he goes, here's what I want you to ask Ryan tomorrow. As a bus driver, he sometimes has problems with trash cans that people leave on the curbs.
Yes.
And he says, is there some kind of a guideline? Because we know we have trash pickup. He said, so as a bus driver, I'm wondering, is there a time that they're supposed to have them there and then they're supposed to have them back out? Are there any guidelines on that?
Not really. Some HOAs regulate that more than others. I think I'd have to go back and look and see how the ordinance is worded. Now, so I'll get you an answer on that. But I think they're supposed to be out before 5 a.m. that day and really taken back up after pickup, because they can be. It's not just that it's unsightly. Some people, I think the HOAs complain that it's unsightly. The issues that we have are when they're empty, they're easily windblown.
You better believe it.
And so we get trash carts that are blown into the roadway. It doesn't take a lot of wind to blow those empty carts over. And so, we certainly encourage folks after trash pickup day, please return those back to your, back to wherever you keep it at your house. And we're fortunate to live in a city that does curbside pickup. Right. And some places don't have that offering, and so we would certainly ask that because it happens more than folks would realize. It happens where if a gust of wind comes through and trash cans get blown out onto the roadway, and a car hit one and tears one up or tears up the car, and could cause a major accident.
Well, and that's one thing he tells me too. He sees things as a bus driver that I would never notice.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, and he's like, oh, you have no idea. He's always taking me around and pointing stuff out. And it's just because he's driving the bus and watching for the kids and all of this. And so that came up as we were driving last night. He goes, oh, yeah, Ryan's, because he always asks me, who's coming on tomorrow? And anytime it's you or Billy, or he's like, ask them this. So Mark's question of the month, that's going to be a new feature. If it's something I think you need to look into, I'll give you a heads up on it ahead of time.
Yeah, and I'll try to get you an answer on that, because I'd have to see exactly what the requirement is. I know we ask for carts to be out before 5 a.m. That's something. And so a nice little public service announcement on that is some people may set it out when they go to work. Our sanitation crews start at 5 a.m.
Okay.
And so if you put it out at 7, depending on how the route is run that day, and there may be something that causes, and so maybe some folks say, well, I'm at home and my cart never gets picked up until 1 o'clock, so I didn't think to put it out. Well, if there's, say, construction over here and they have to rework the route that day and start on the other side of the route and work, it may get picked up earlier. So always the night before. That's I try to remember the night before, and hey, I'm no different than anybody else. I've forgotten before,
so that's just it. And just keep in mind, guys, this is one of those things that can really be a problem for school bus drivers. And I don't know that he's ever had to physically get out of the bus and move one, but he's had to do a lot. I mean, he has to dodge a lot of stuff out there on that big old bus.
With a big bus,
So, and some of these treacherous roads. But I'll tell you what, let's do. If you got, I really want to know about Freedom Fest and all of that. If you got any big announcements before I go, and then whenever Lee Marie comes in here, you can kind of run through the list of things that happened with the meeting last night. But I'm gonna step out of here in just a couple of minutes. So Lee Marie, you can come on in here and make a switch. But how are we doing with Freedom Fest?
Freedom Fest, we're excited about it. It's going to be Friday, July the 3rd. And so that way everybody can come out on the 3rd, Friday evening when they get off work, or if you're not working that day, even better. I think we're going to open the gates around 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And so the music will start around between 5:30 and 6. So it gives you time to get situated. It's going to be a lot of fun. Inflatables, food vendors, the carnival rides will be there. We have a good headliner coming, Easton Corbin is coming, and so we're excited to have him come to town. And it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a great event. Obviously, we're hoping for good weather. One big change this year that everybody needs to know about, major change, is when the last couple of years we've shot the fireworks off from North Springfield Baptist Church, right. Which would be, if you're looking at the stage, it would be to the left. Okay. So folks are able to sit in the arena and look to the north and see that. The fireworks now will be shot from the south side. So they're so
where
they'll
are they
be
shooting them from?
So they'll be closer to the venue. It's a property where the property behind the fairgrounds where our sewer tank is that we've acquired back there.
Okay.
And so they'll be closer to the venue. So it'll be a probably, we expect it to be a better looking show because of its closer proximity to the venue. And so it'll be better for the folks that are there. You'll just have to turn around this time and watch the fireworks instead of being able to see them straight over the stage. There were some, because of the stage line and because of the tree line where we were shooting them, there were some of the shells that were harder to see the closer you were, right? And so now, because the tree line would have blocked them. So we think this is going to be a great location.
Okay.
We tested it out. That was, some people may have heard the fireworks being tested a couple of weeks ago, but I think it was last Monday, as a matter of fact, a week ago Monday. We tested some fireworks down there, and it worked out great, and so we're excited about moving the show. It's going to be a big deal, big night. Okay. We're excited every year. It's the biggest thing we do every year, and we're really excited again this year.
Okay. What kind of numbers did you have on First Friday the other night?
Oh, if I remember correctly, I told the board last night over 5,000 people attended First Friday. It was
that's so cool.
The weather was perfect. I told Buzzy last night at the board meeting. I said, I'm sure it had everything to do with the music.
I've already done a commercial. Yeah, she's looking for. I've already done one. I'm just going to let you slide right in here, babe.
It's all taken care of.
So we're just going to have live radio here. But so 5,000. That's great.
5,000. It was a really good night. A lot of vendors sold out. That's great for our economy, and folks had a good time, and
vendors
a lot
selling
of
out.
great
That's
feedback.
A good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good.
So we're looking forward to the next one, which is June 5th.
I love it. Yeah. It's going to be fun. All right, Lee Marie's tagging in. I'm going to a kindergarten graduation.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh, I guess I need to take these off and not walk off with them. Anyway, and my keys. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Tag Lee Marie.
All right.
You're it.
All right. Very good. So we get to continue on. I didn't know I was going to be here until last night, so.
That's all right.
So
That's okay.
Where are we?
Well, we're talking about First Friday. So First Friday night was the kickoff of the season was in May, and it was a really good event. I don't know if you heard me say there were 5,000, a little over 5,000 people there, maybe a little more. The data analytics that we use sometimes would try to get those counts to where they're as accurate as possible, but we estimate about a little over 5,000 people there based on the information that we had, and vendors all had a good night, and that's weather was perfect. I mean, if we could get weather like that for every First Friday, it would be phenomenal. But 4 on the Floor will be there in June, and so June 5th will be our next one, and so we just hope for good weather. You know, last year in 2025, it seemed like the weather got us every month, and I think we had to cancel 2 or 3 of them last year because of weather. And there's a lot that goes into that. I know some folks got upset and didn't understand. There's a lot of setup that has to take place. And so when you say, well, why don't you just start at 7? Well, the band starts setting up at, between 4 and 4:30, and there's a lot of things that have to take place, and vendors and getting traffic in, and then not allowing pedestrians in until you get your traffic out to make sure everything's safe so folks don't get hit or have an accident or something like that. So it's quite a lengthy setup period. So yes, I mean, I think it's quit raining last year, one of the months at like 7 o'clock, and if we'd have started then, we could have been ready to go by 9, but that's a little late, a little later than what we'd want to do to get started. And speaking of rain, it just it looks like it just started. That's what, yeah. Wow. It started raining. So we need that, though, and we desperately need rain, and so we're hoping that it can come on today. That'd be great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, First Friday is a great thing. There's a lot of people involved in that, a lot of effort and a lot of time. I'm thankful to the police department for everything that they do to make sure that event is safe and secure for folks to come downtown, for 5,000 people to come downtown and have a great time.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So you had a meeting last night? We
did. Yeah. First, a couple things to report. Twice a year, April and October, we do our bulky waste pickup. That's a service that we offer to our sanitation customers, where you can put out your bulky waste, things that won't fit in your garbage can that you would normally have to haul to the landfill on your own. And we do that twice a year. In April and October, you can set it out by the curb, and we come by and pick it up. And happy to report that we picked up and collected 128 tons of bulky waste in April, which is a ton of garbage, a ton of bulky waste. That's slightly down, though, over last October. I think we picked up 130, or last April, we picked up 135 tons.
Oh, it's slightly down because no mattresses.
And that has a lot to do with it. So we did discontinue the pickup of mattresses. Certainly understand that the increase in expenses for the county landfill as it pertains to mattresses, and so we understand that what they had to do, and so we had to adjust our bulky waste criteria to exclude mattresses. But all in all, and on that note, I want to give a shout out to our Public Works Department. This week is National Public Works Week, and those folks are probably the most underappreciated, unrecognized folks that we have in the city. Everybody recognizes the public safety, police and fire, and the linemen and the utility workers. But our public works folks do so much that touch the lives of our community. Not only collecting sanitation garbage, bulky waste pickup, streets and sidewalks that they do, but also the heavy lifting during the snow and ice to get the streets clear that people don't see. That's the Public Works Department. So if you see a Public Works truck or a Public Works crew out, I would encourage you this week to just thank them and tell them you appreciate what they do, because they play such a huge role and such an impact in what we do here in the city of Springfield, and they all have a heart of service. They know it. I'm just so pleased every year and proud. We don't want to see the snow and ice, but when we do, those folks are ready to go, and they know it's their time to come in and save the day, and they do a great job of that.
Awesome. So one thing about the trash, because I remember I was listening to one of U-Turn LaVern's other shows, and I'm not sure if it was you or someone else who was talking about, maybe it's a county thing. County thing is what the charge might be going up on, right, for trash.
I think so, and I think it speaks to, I don't know exactly what that is, but I think it speaks to the larger issue that we have a garbage, a trash crisis in Middle Tennessee. I think that's something that I don't think folks are talking about enough. Mayor Vogel tries to tell anybody who will listen, and he's been very in tune to give him a lot of credit for being in tune to that dire situation, because it is a very dire situation. And I know no one wants a landfill, right? No one wants a landfill in their backyard, but everybody has garbage and it has to go somewhere. And if that issue is not rectified or solved sometime soon, we're going to have a major.
Hear that, y'all? So you should be, doing what you can. Before I got here, I was from a state that you had to bring your own little canvas totes. And how many of you have this endless amounts of plastic bags at home that you just don't even use? So yeah. I mean, just do little things that you can. Sure. To try to help the situation. We
offer in the city, we offer the recycling program, and I don't. Some folks, well, recycling. I don't care what anybody's opinion on recycling is. For me, it provides me with an extra can, right? Because we have, and so we put that out. It's every other week. It's a pass through. We contract with Green Village Recycling. And so if you're a city resident, you can sign up for that. I think it's $16 a month. I think that's what it costs per month, $16 per month. You get 2 pickups per month. It provides you with an extra can. And it's single stream recycling. So you don't bag anything. You just put your plastic, and it's all one. Plastic, bottles, aluminum, cardboard, aluminum, everything can go in that can, and they pick it up. And so that helps a little bit ease what's going to the landfill, because the Green Village does recycle those materials. But yeah, we do. We have a major, and Mayor Vogel can speak a lot more to that because he's involved in that on a regional level. But we have a major trash crisis.
So if people want to sign up for that, do they just call the city?
Yeah, they can call Public Works 615-384-2746. And they'll get you set up with recycling. We have hundreds of residential customers in the city, but not. I mean, I would say less than half, or less than probably about a third of our households in the city actually take advantage of that service. So it's something. Certainly, we have folks that have multiple trash carts a month, and so you can do that as an alternative and just put your recyclables in there, and that would help.
All right, can you start to talk about the meeting, because I just realized that my windows are down and it is pouring rain, so I'm going to leave for a second. So take it away.
Okay, all right. That's not a good. That's not a good thing. It's pouring down rain outside. So, so one thing I'd update everyone on immediately, or something that I'd like for folks to take advantage of, is our e-billing service. We're having an issue. We're getting a lot of complaints from citizens that they're not receiving utility bills on time, that they're delayed through the mail, and we've seen that. We know when the bills go out, and then it takes maybe 12 to 13 days for that bill to reach the residential household and reach your mailbox. So what we would encourage folks to do is sign up for e-billing. You would get your bill emailed directly to you on the day that the bill is created. So if your due date's on the 20th, a lot of times those bills are created on the 1st or 2nd, and so you'll get your bill and plenty of time to pay it, but we have noticed some delays with the post office and the postal service, where our billing service, we know when the bills go out, and so we would certainly encourage folks to take advantage of that service, just to avoid any delays. That's something that we would like to let folks know about. The next thing is a Fire Station 3. A lot of folks we've talked about. So, Lee Marie, I was updating folks, just giving a PSA while you were gone about our utility bills. A lot of complaints recently about folks not receiving their utility bills, maybe a day before the due date or some after the due date. And so what we've noticed is there's quite a delay that's happening on the Postal Service end. And because we know when those bills go out, when the bills are generated, we know. And so if we've got folks that their due dates are the 20th, we know the bill was sent out on the 1st. And so they're not getting it, 2 or 2.5 weeks later or something like that. And so that's problematic. So what I encouraged everybody to do is sign up for our e-billing service. It's emailed directly to you. As soon as it's generated, you'll get that bill in plenty of time to be able to pay it. And so we've had to work with a lot of customers on those issues. Are
you talking about the water bill?
Yeah, your utility bill. Yeah, your utility bill. So electric, it's all in electric.
Well, because I'm on city water.
Yeah.
But I have CMMC because I'm in the country.
Yeah, so our rural customers, our county customers, same thing. You may just get a water bill from us or a gas bill or both. But yeah, same thing. So that's the issue that we're having. We're noticing folks.
And it's so much easier. I'm just on auto pay with the checking account for my water.
Perfect.
So I just look like, oh yeah, that $50 bill, that's water.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about anything, paying anything.
Right. Yeah, that's a good service. And budget billing is another, auto pay or budget billing. We offer those services as well. So I would encourage folks to sign up. But I do want to highlight that because that is something that we're seeing more and more of. Folks that are not receiving their utility bill in time to. Some folks say, okay, I can't pay it yet, or they received it after the due date and got a late fee, so we've had to, reverse the late fee, and so it's just a tough situation, and we really encourage folks to sign up.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm sure some people think that they're the only ones in that boat,
And they're not. No, it's affecting a lot of folks. So the other update I was given was on the Fire Station 3. We have began, I guess, latter part of 2025 to design and develop the new fire station that the city has needed for quite some time. We're a little behind on fire station facilities and fire service. That has nothing to do with the growth that we're experiencing now. We were kind of due for a third fire station. I think the study was done in 2017, and so we're just a few years behind on that. So we're working through that process. Did hit a little bit of disappointing news. The pricing that we got back after designing the fire station wound up being significantly over budget, and so we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that and do some fine tuning and maybe evaluate some things that get that fire station within budget. And so we're working on that. We were expected to be under construction by late summer or early fall, and I think we're going to be at least a couple of months behind that schedule, and that's okay. We're committed to moving forward with that. We do need the fire station, and we'll commit to moving forward with that project. The other thing I wanted to report was sales tax receipts are running slightly ahead of budget, which is a great thing for our economy. It has nothing to do with tax money, or it's not about what that tells us when we see that. Sales tax receipts are running ahead of budget or are running better. That's a bellwether of our economy. That means folks are shopping local. That means our economy is healthy, and so we're seeing that, and we're excited about the fact that we do have a healthy economy in 2026. Some municipalities in Tennessee and other states aren't performing so well, and so we're thankful to our citizens and folks here that and our business owners that invest and have invested a lot of time and effort into putting a business here, and folks are shopping local with them. And we're also seeing some more commercial development. And when you see that commercial development, it helps. I told the board last night, it helps reduce that retail leakage. And so the retail leakage that we have, where folks go to Hendersonville or Clarksville or Rivergate or some other place, that sends that sales tax money to that location. And when that sales tax money is there, then that funds their police officers and their firefighters, and their potholes are patched with that money. And so when we shop local, we're able to keep that money here. And that as simple as this, I tell folks all the time, it's as simple as this: when you increase your sales tax revenue, and our sales tax revenue is heightened because of a growing economy, then that takes the pressure off your property tax rate. Local governments are really simple. There are really only two primary, particularly in cities, there's only two primary sources of funding in local government, and that's sales tax and property tax. Police officers and firefighters and potholes and that, all of that are funded with two primary sources of revenue, and that's sales tax and property tax. So when the sales tax is doing well, that takes the pressure off of the property tax. And so that's when we say sales tax receipts are high, we're not talking about just because we want tax money. That doesn't make any difference. What that matters means our economy is doing well, and that's what we care.
Yeah, and that's a good reminder, because I know that so many of us are just so in tune to this, going on Amazon and just having everything delivered. But guys, there's some stuff you don't need right away, and those purchases, at those little mom and pop stores, like Crossroads Bookstore, whatever, those are going into families, to support their education and their food and everything. So if there's some gift items or whatever that you don't have to get right away, go down Main Street, and try to shop local, because
That's exactly
it makes
right.
such a big impact, not only on the city, but also on those families.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's often overlooked is how many times that dollar turns over when you shop local. That dollar turns over because the business owner is here, the employees are here, right? Plus, when your child's baseball team needs a donation, are you calling Amazon?
That's true.
No,
That's
you're
a good
not,
point.
right? You're going to go to that business. So support those businesses, and then they're able to turn those dollars back into other support in the community, and that's a big deal. No one's calling Amazon for a donation for their fundraiser or anything like. Nothing against Amazon.
That's a good point.
But that's so the local businesses matter. The local businesses are the one. I've never seen a shirt with fundraising sponsorships on the back that had Amazon's name,
Right.
And so.
And the flip side of that too, guys, is there's a lot of companies that do donate to all of the silent auctions and all of the things. Try to support those, and tell them, say, hey, you know what, I saw I didn't win that bid, but I saw that you donated. Thanks for supporting the community.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's some that consistently do that. And I think that we need to, pay attention to that and like you said, support them. All right, what else you got?
Absolutely. Well, that's about wrapping it up for this month. We'll have the second reading on our budget next month and some rates, and so we'll be able to talk more about that once things are sort of finalized next month. But we really appreciate the opportunity to come in and share. As always, I tell LaVern this every month that we want to, everything that we do, we try to be as transparent as possible. That's why we live stream our meetings. That's why we send out a citizen newsletter. We try to put everything on our website that the board is discussing, and so. Call us, follow us on social media, sign up for our newsletter, whatever you need to do to stay informed. We want you to be informed.
Okay. I had one question that I actually asked, because the last time I think you had your assistant here.
Okay.
It's just about the timing of something, because my husband and I started riding our bikes on the Greenway, from Gardner Park to Travis.
Okay, yeah.
And then, I passed by those little history stanchions, which was really cool because I had never seen that before.
Yeah.
And but then behind it, there's a huge, mounds of dirt where I guess there's homes going in. Do you know about like when those are going in and how many homes or anything on that? Because she didn't know.
Yeah, so you're talking about over on Blackwood Drive then.
I don't know what it is. I just know that I was driving my bike and the little stanchions were up there, and then behind that was just big mounds of dirt that they were, plowing for something.
Yeah, that'd be the Blackwood Drive, Blackwood Farms development over there that Lennar is doing.
Okay.
And I think on that side there might be a couple of hundred homes up and down Blackwood Drive there, and so they've started developing it. I don't know when they'll start pulling building permits exactly and start framing homes, but they're putting in infrastructure and all of that.
It's about
now,
200 homes
on
over
that
there.
side.
Okay.
Yeah, on the.
And then the opening for that, will that be on the other side? I mean, it won't be on the...
Oh no! It'll be. They've got to do some upgrades to Blackwood Drive or Blackwood Road. There's upgrades. That'll all be on that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious because I didn't realize that all of those parks were connected until I was going through. I'm like, that is such a cool drive. But I thought, oh no, like if it's all gonna be houses, or maybe they'll put some trees up to block, so it still looks like a park.
Yeah, I think that development will actually have a connection to the Greenway. I think that's one of the things that'll be unique about that development is it'll have a sidewalk network, and then it'll connect to the Greenway. The cool thing about the Greenway is the Greenway from Travis Price Park connects to Legion Field, which connects to Garner Street, which comes downtown and goes all the way to Bransford. Oh. And that's where the Greenway actually ends at Bransford right now. The final phase of the Greenway is designed to end at MLK Park. Oh. And so in the future, that's part of the Vesper Village development, is the Vesper Village development has agreed to pick up the Greenway at Bransford and pay for the installation of finishing the final phase of the Greenway all the way to
Interesting.
MLK Park.
All right, didn't know
Yeah.
that. All right, anything else before we part?
That's it.
All right,
That's it.
thanks
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
coming on. This was Ryan Martin from the City of Springfield, City Manager. And it is 8 o'clock, and so I'm going to be signing off, and we're going to be starting the Go Show, which you guys know is your source for information, inspiration, and always a few dates to add to your calendar. And I have a very cool first-time guest coming in, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you share this show. It's good to share the YouTube link because those don't expire, but you can also share the Facebook link as well. This is Lee Murray. I was just finishing up for U-Turn LaVern on One Street Over, but I'm going to be getting ready to go live with the Go Show, so I hope that you guys will all stay tuned for that. It is every Wednesday from 8 to 9, and so we're going to have our guest come on in and get ready because she has got something cool coming in. Matter of fact, Julianne, why don't you come in real quick while I was saying goodbye so that people can see you. She is a beautiful dancer, professional dancer, and she is starting a praise dance group for teenagers 12 to 18. It's going to start the first Wednesday of June.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I tell you, let me see the flyer real quick. I'm just going to put it on her show real quick. I know we're out of time, but this is, and so you can go to Praise Dance Collective.
Praise Dance Springfield at Gmail is the email, and then there's Praise Dance Collective on Facebook.
Okay, let's pull the microphone all the way to the edge of the thing so you can get real close to that. And so this is, I'm going to say real quick, Wednesdays and Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 in June and July. If you have kids 12 to 18, this is what they're going to want to do this summer, right here. Super cool. And I love the video ad that you put up. That is fantastic.
Thank you. Shout out to Mac.
All right.
Awesome IT guy.
Very cool. All right. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to the Lee Marie Facebook page. I did put a link on that. In fact, I think U-Turn LaVern has a link of the video as well on hers. But anyways, I'm going to sign off right now. We're going to get ready for the Go Show you've been listening to on 1100 WSGI.